Monday, April 17th, 2023, setting up stream. Let's play some music. Let's start the stream now with the Ballad of Joe Hills. Anyhow. Where is it? There it is.
Who's the guy who can conquer death?
That's Joe Hills.
He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft.
That's Joe Hills.
That's Joe Hills.
Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames.
Here comes the legend, the bravest of brave. Fiercer than lions, more southern than you. He conquered our hearts, and he'll conquer hell too. Joe Hills.
I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. Yes, I'm headed down to somewhere, got my pickaxe in my hand. I'm
heading down to somewhere,
God knows where I am. Who's the guy who conquers death? The mister with the whispers when Mumbo forgets. After introducing Pearl and Gem to say we're settling a continent. Shoulder to shoulder, surrounded by water. Beyond which reset, risk your face if you wanna. We live close, we build close, we speak in proximity. Season 8's here today, still in its infancy. Mumbo is saying go, everyone's cheering. Suddenly scattering, always unfearing. No one passed by without Mumbo mentioning there's a crew, you know who to keep you adventuring. Asuma securing villagers. Pearl on fine architecture. Joe grabbing supplies, ready to throw at the first fools who die. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The very first to die, B-double-O, don't cry. Pops and quite chagrin, takes some apples and he flies. Zombie Cleo's next, needs an axe for the road. Geared up and cheered up, she's off with some lows. Gemini Tay appears slain by Jevin, but B-dubs is back before Joe loads the first chest in. Then Pearl's killed by Cleo, who Joe had armed previously. Then Cleo's dead too, per Isco mischievously. Impulse SV got blown up by a creeper. Says he won't be back, but how can he be sure? Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The resupply crew. Asuma laddering a mine shaft. The resupply crew. Pearl egging a shell. The resupply crew. Joe lavaing a portal. Yo, you're immortal, here's a doorway to hell.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Who's the guy who struck his first diamond? Encircled suddenly by three of his friends. Tango, Corrales, and B-double-O, all armed and armored to shake down Joe. Threats bacon triplicate fully surrounded. Joe took to the sky with Cobble unbounded. Lava to dump on the brigands below, or on himself. Misdirection, let's go! Heading down to somewhere with coordinates in hand. Bridging and tunneling, connecting flower forest land. Cleo is away, so Joe leaves her a saddle. He hopes as he does she won't use it for battle. Returning to world spawn and lighting his tunnel, he keeps striking lava and dies a whole bundle. And drowns hunting squids, though he tried his best. But no worries, back at world spawn there's a resupply chest. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. One chest becomes four, labeled in stock. The shell thickens yet with smooth sandstone block. Bushes are placed, ravines are filled in. Also the hermits could keep adventuring. If dying is losing, then living is winning. Episode's done, but the show's just beginning. Pick up some tools, some potatoes and steak, and show 'em you're real, give 'em season 8. summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how'd it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. I hope that you are excited about hanging out here on HermitCraft tonight. Did I not change the title of the stream? The stream title didn't get fixed. What? What? Time to fix the stream title. Like a professional. Here we go. Who's the Joe who will update titles? That's Joe Hills. So we're going to say HermitCraft 9 live. Like so many cats. Or just the one. I don't know. Update all. Boom. Okay, so that should propagate shortly. There was some argument about whether or not, whether or not I was featured in a video here. There was an argument that I might be in the first 3 seconds of a video, and I'm not sure if it's me or not. But I'm gonna share this with y'all so that you can make your own concerted, you can make your choices. There's no audio in this video. But basically, there's a question if this is me in like seconds 1 through 3 of this video. And it's definitely not my Sundrop hat, because the Sundrop hat has a band like this. But it might be my Parnassus hat, which has a dark band. And I was pretty sure it wasn't me until I saw the person try and like juke around some other people. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I move. So, I don't know. Chloe the Great and Powerful says, that's gotta be you. Has my cryptic energy. I do try to be cryptic. Like, so many crosswords. Michael Beska Summer says, I don't think it's you. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, how much... The thing is, like, I do have, like, a plaid thing that I wear. But I don't think it's that dark. But it's hard to tell because of the way the tinting is. I also can't tell if that's a mesh cap, because if that's a mesh cap, it's definitely not this one. But if you look at the way the cap is bowed, like this is the same setting the cap has been on, where it makes this like weird arc. That's like exactly... This is exactly the same arc on the hat there. Daniel J. McGrail says, I don't get why it has a cyan tint. Well, this is the background image of a website. And I found the YouTube channel that they embed it from. So on the website, it looks like a lot more... But yeah, I do have... I don't know if my flannel jacket is... Do I remember if I was wearing my flannel that day? Great question. Let's go to my Photos app. I don't take a lot of pictures of myself at these things. But I might have been wearing my flannel that day. So months. So we want to go to October of 2022. So there's Tennessee, or sorry, not Tennessee Canadians. There's. Okay. So once we start going to Farm Bureau Expo Center. Oh, you know what? So one of these days I was wearing my Dollywood hat, which that might or might not be, but I was definitely wearing plaid. So yeah, depending on what year that was too, that they filmed that. But yeah, one of the days I was definitely wearing my cyan plaid shirt, which I'm not sure if it would look like that after they applied the filter, because my shirt was already cyan tinted, so it might have been darkened by it. Yeah, we have to figure out if the flannel matches. We also, okay, so here's my Dollywood hat. So I was wearing the Dollywood hat one day. Now, if this was 2 years ago, then I might have been... You know what, though? On the other day, I might have been wearing my flannel wrapped around my waist when I wasn't. Looks like I wore the Dollywood hat both days, though. But we were there 3 days. Where's the stuff? Maybe I didn't take any pictures on the 26th? Or I didn't take any pictures on the 27th. Wait, no. Yeah. I don't know. So, anyway, there's a mystery for you. I need to start skipping everywhere to be able to distinguish myself in future situations. Yeah. Like I said, if that's from 2 years ago, this hat might be exactly, well, You know what? I'm gonna lean toward, actually, now that I'm looking at, maybe it's not me. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a metal clasp in the video. And now I'm kicking the mic. Yay. How convenient for them for you to not take pictures those days. I know, right? So, okay. Bum, 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 bum. We are having a good stream today. Just as a reminder, we are doing face camera expansion tips today. We are 15 away from the next face camera expansion. We've already done, I think, about 3.5 hours worth of streaming today. So I don't know how late I'm going to go tonight. That's okay. We're just here to wind down for a little bit. If I have the stuff, I could put it on. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, so that was from Music City Multicon, which I'm looking at my calendar this year. That might be Music City Multicon 2023 might be the first convention I have the chance to go to with my cards to go meet people and play. That's one of the reasons I was looking at their website today. And people were like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "Is it? I don't know." So, yeah, Tennessee Game Days fall is also coming up, but we don't have dates for that event yet. I'll be at PlayOnCon this summer, but when I'm at PlayOnCon, the cards definitely won't be out yet. So that's not as helpful in terms of, like, I want to start trading cards with people. I was just talking to Quinn. We'll probably, when the cards actually ship, we'll probably do a stream where the two of us open some packs together and then maybe do some trading, maybe do a game. I'll try and figure out a way to get the get like a table cam. We'll probably do that stream from like my dining room table. And we'll have like a overhead table cam for like the card game. So we can actually play with each other and stuff. That'll be really fun. It's unfortunate we won't have stuff like that to play with while the cards are still on sale. But since this is kind of such a first round attempt at everything, you know, we're kind of just doing this as we go. Night Song Lightning says, what are we up to today? We're putting in some birch on our pinball machine here. As you can see, it's going to take a little bit of birch. Oops. We're making some progress here. A lot of progress, actually. Okay. Badger's posting a picture of me and my son drop out. Those shorts look like 5 inches shorter than they actually are because the way I'm sitting when you took that picture, Badger. Mahi00 says, is PlayOnCon a good spot for cards? It's kind of humid and stuff. Only in the board gaming area. Like, I would not carry my cards around with me at PlayOnCon all the time. Necessarily because, like, there's a lot of, like, going to the pool and stuff. That's why I was saying that the Pogs wouldn't be a great choice for PlayOnCon, because a lot of people have wet hands when they're not in the board gaming area. But yeah, the board game room is, like, actually air-conditioned and stuff. But yeah, I would have to definitely keep my cards in, like, an airtight tin at PlayOnCon, because it is so humid there. And also, like I said, everybody's walking around like, I just got out of the pool, or I just pulled something. People are walking around wheeling coolers full of ice with their beverages in them, right? Like, reaching in, grabbing drinks and stuff. Remember Joe Hills? He's back in Pog form. Badger says we should print Pog wedding invites. I do enjoy that idea particularly much. Pog wedding favors might be better than invites. I do like the idea of them as, I think wedding favors is a much better, like, little, it would have, you know, the date and stuff. Yeah. Actually, you know what I was gonna say, what? Where are we? What is this? Is this somebody's, like, thing to bring creepers up here or something? What? Apparently there's a geode back here that I found at some point and then was like, I should be right under the pinball machine. I'm guessing I dug my way in through back there? Huh. I had no idea this was here. Wizard of Doc says, how much text can you fit on a pog before it becomes an accessibility issue? That's the number one reason that I was going to say those would be better favors than invites. Okay, well... I guess I maybe accidentally punched out part of it at some point. That probably used to go all the way up. Chloe the Great and Powerful says, I remember you finding this. You were so enthused it was right under the pinball machine. Okay. So... we'll come back to that, I guess. But yeah, it does seem it was generating amethyst this whole time, so that's nice. Excuse me. Yeah, we could also, do I have my wallet on me? We could also go through the people that printed the no quarter coins. We could go through them to get like slammers made. Like this is like a custom metal thing. But I don't know that would be cost effective because I think those things come out to like $10 or $15 a piece. Oh, Badger, I forgot I didn't bring that to England to show you because I was worried about them like taking it from me in security. Like, is this some sort of weapon? Because it's very heavy. But like it's actually like I don't know if you can see, but there's like depth to it. Mahi Zero says, I'd say pay $20 for Joe Hill's Slammer coin. Well, the thing is, they're that expensive if you print like 50 of them. So, Mahi Zero says, I'm simply expressing market interest. No, that's totally fair. Democrati says, sounds like an item for the store when it exists someday. Yeah, the store existing someday is kind of on hold a little bit because I was hoping if my kid got into one of the academic magnet schools here that we'd be able to figure out where we were going to live basically until she graduated from high school. But because of the way the lottery works in Davidson County here, she didn't. Well, I mean, it's just luck. You know, basically hundreds of kids want to go to a school that only has like 180 slots, right? So she's so far deep on the wait list, we're not going to get in this year. But that doesn't mean we won't apply again in future years. However, like, yeah, building out a merch operation's like space intensive. And I don't know what we're going to be able to afford or where we're going to be able to live. Also, I didn't really know how this TCG thing was going to go. So, like, with the TCG thing, on the one hand, it's like, well, I'm going to be traveling to conventions playing cards with people, so that would be a good opportunity to, like, bring merch. But on the other hand, if, you know, what we're looking at is, realistically, a lot of y'all are going to want to buy cards more than you're going to want to tip in the near future. And I do not blame you. These cards are only on sale for 30 days, and you're going to want to buy. But I'm also looking at it and going like, okay, so my week-to-week revenue is going to drop for the next month. So it's not a good time to be like going out and buying a bunch of shirts or stuff. So it's going to be kind of lean for a little bit. Because I'm not sure when we'll actually get any royalties, but I'm assuming not for a while, like possibly close to when the cards print, you know. So I might all of a sudden have some extra money then I can invest in merch, but trying to spin up merch in November is kind of late for the Christmas rush. So I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea what my merch situation is going to look like at this point. Mahi says, I was going to pay $12 for a set of Arby's D&D dice, but they sold out again. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mahi's. Okay, so that's the back wrapped up there then. Woo! This front part is just going to be a total mess. Oh, wait, this actually goes alongside here. Hey, that's easier than I thought then. Hot Wheels Reviews says there's some websites where you can get merch for free. Yeah, but the quality on that doesn't meet what I want. Also, the cost per unit doesn't make sense to sell at conventions. Print on demand is great if you have no capital and don't need to sell it places. But what I'm hoping to do is to start traveling to more conventions to play cards with people and hang out. And I would bring, like, boxes of merch with me and have a table there. And with print on demand, you know, you don't have a box full of shirts, right? The other thing is, like, with local printers, you might be able to print several, you know, if you print 50 shirts, you can get them for less than $10 each. Whereas with print on demand, they're going to be $24 each, right? Before you add the profit. And so, like, from a cost standpoint, I need room to store the merch. I need the ability to get the merch to conventions. Which is its own whole thing, because, like, I'm on the fence about, like, should I sell my car? Because, like, the state just passed this stupid law about toll road. Like, Tennessee is just, the state government is just so hostile. They want to put a bunch of toll roads all over Nashville. And it's just like, I don't want to deal with it. I'm looking at it and it's like, I don't have the energy to deal with this. But also, if I don't have a car, how do I get boxes of shirts down to Chattanooga or to Atlanta? So it's like, I mean, in theory, you know, you can send a pallet down for like $28 and then just hop on a Greyhound. But like, that's a whole separate thing. Man, it is so cheap to move a pallet though. It is like shockingly cheap. But right now, I don't have anywhere to store a pallet, is the other thing. So, like, you know, if I was able to, like, buy a condo that had, like, an actual proper drive-in garage, you know, I could use that to store the merch and have pallets and stuff for preparing to send things to conventions. Yeah, there's Greyhound buses, stuff. Yeah, there's ways for me to get the places, but, like... But the other thing is, right now, there's still kind of a shortage on cars after the pandemic slowdown. So, like, my car's from 2008. And if I wait 3 years, I won't be able to sell it for anything. But if I sold it right now, I could make a few $1,000s off it, which would be enough for, like, the capital to spin up a merch operation. But then I'm in that kind of weird, like, gift of the Magi situation where it's like, oh, okay, well, I have the money to buy all these shirts and books and buttons or hats or whatever, but I don't have the ability to drive it anywhere. So, I don't know. The whole thing, like I said, if I knew where I was going to be living for the next 10 years, I'd be able to sort out a lot of this stuff already. But that's a question that's on hold for another year at least. Chloe the Great and Powerful says, buttons take up less space, but the earnings on buttons would be pretty low. Yeah, buttons are the sort of thing you sell for, like, $1 or $2, you know? Because they cost, like, 30 to 50 cents to make, depending on the size and what materials you use. So, like, the thing is, to make buttons, what I would probably do is I'd probably buy a laser color printer and a button press and make them myself. Hot Wheels Review says, what websites are you considering getting merch from but can't financially? No websites. I don't... Why would you get merch from a website if you have capital? The whole point of having capital is to hire a manufacturer directly. So, like, I would go across town. For example, if I wanted to print a poetry book, I could go to Vanderbilt University Press and say, hey, when you guys aren't running your presses for your own books, could you fit in a print order from me? And that's how we did the Pitfalls and Penguins books. We printed those over at the Chestnut Street location of Vanderbilt University Press. And, you know, you just... That's not a website. That's a printing facility. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of the buttons, I would buy a button press and a laser printer and make them myself, because that's the way to do those. Badger Dig says, these days I usually see small buttons for $3 and large ones for $5. Okay, that's fair. I don't know what the prices are. Nope, Queen says, I did Pitfalls and Penguins one-shot with my buddies last week. Awesome! It's good to hear that folks are still getting some joy out of that. Lost Cult Game says, I did a print-to-order merch thing for my band 10 years ago, never again. Yeah, the quality of the printing doesn't really compare to getting silkscreen. So for T-shirts, there's a few T-shirt shops I've worked with at different day jobs I've had in the past here in town. And so I would straight up just go to one of them and say, hey, you guys know me. I've printed like 10,000 shirts for you, or through you guys at my previous jobs. You know, I need a smaller run of, like, 100 shirts, that sort of thing. But yeah, no, if you're using a website for manufacturing rather than a manufacturer, you're already losing a lot of your actual revenue. You want to really be going with people in town that you have a relationship with. You can go check on, the proofs in person instead of having them mail you the proofs from China, right? Oh, yeah, I could totally press the buttons during a craft stream. Alex DiParazzo says you could use websites like Makeship or... like, what's the name of that company? Dang it, I forget the name of the company, but like when Chris Straub did his plush toys, he just worked with a company that makes plush toys. Right? Blaze the Banana Raccoon says, sounds like a lot of networking. Yeah, but it's networking I already did at my old day jobs when we were printing a ton of merch. So it's like, I'm not saying like, oh, I need to go do all this from scratch. It's, I spent the last like 15 years learning how to do this. So why would I do it the way for people who don't know how to do it? Stephanie Hall says a good seller right now are stickers that people put on their water bottles. The problem, Stephanie Hall, with stickers is you can't sell them at most conventions. Convention centers don't want people sticking them to like the bathroom stalls and stuff. And so even though they're great mailable pack-in extras for when somebody orders something from me online or whatever, I would not be able to bring those with me to a lot of events. So that's kind of that's the downside of the sticker thing. Like if they found a Joe Hill sticker that I sold at my if they found a Joe Hill sticker, the first thing they would do is come check my booth to see if I'm selling them and then fine me $800 or something stupid. Like you cannot sell stickers at conventions. Space Demon says, I see a lot of sticker sales at conventions. I guess it depends on the convention. I mean, maybe they're kinder now? I don't know. But it was a big problem 15 years ago. We used to drive around to conventions back in 2008 through 2000, basically until my daughter was born. We had a ton of t-shirts, books. We had a bunch of stuff we sold. But yeah, stickers were definitely a no-no back then. Maybe they've lightened up recently. I haven't looked into it because I just assumed that was going to be off the table regardless. But wait, are these not? Are these? Is this empty? Well, that's worthless. Oh, well, what's? I could have sworn I picked up 3 full shulkers, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, some people definitely ruin all the fun. Stickers are a no-no for selling at conventions. Geek of Many Topics says, we have problems with that at our mall from the Hot Topic. Are you the Geek of Many Hot Topics? Do you work at the mall's Hot Topic? Or is that... I don't want to dox you. I don't think that's actually doxing, but stickers are stuck on pillars and stuff. Yeah. So a lot of the events I've gone to have had, like, strict, like, if you're going to have a table here, you have to agree not to sell stickers policy. But once again, maybe times are changing. I have not had a booth at a convention basically, I was going to say, maybe since my daughter was born. Because, like, that was just not really going to be viable. Jared says, what about revolving loan funds to get a small business loans? I have a really terrible credit rating right now because I had a perfect credit rating basically when I paid off like $40,000 of educational debt. And then I said, well, I'm not going to borrow any money anymore because that was the worst experience of my life, paying off all that debt. And then when I went back to try and get like a credit card or a loan recently, they were like, no, you haven't borrowed money for like 10 years, or not 10 years, but you haven't borrowed money for years. All that good credit's gone. Now you just look like we can't trust you at all. And I'm like, but does it show where I paid back $40,000 of educational debt? And they're like, who cares? And I'm like, I hate you. I know that's not a good punchline, but that's how I feel. So right now, I'm trying to slowly rebuild my credit with a secured line of credit card, which is where you pay. You basically, I have a credit card with a $300 maximum on it, but I had to put $300 in a special account on hold. So basically, I handed them $300 and they're loaning me my own money back. So it's going to be a while before I can take out loans, like serious loans. Credit scores are stupid and I hate them. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, they're super safe. And I'm sorry they're idiots. Just some Duncan says, sucks you're punished for not using credit because you already paid things off. I know, right? It's like, you're too responsible for us to risk giving you money. Thanks, buddies. Mahi Zero says you could also sign some buttons before pressing them in the craft streams. Yeah, could. Let me just Google real quick. What do I need to print my own pogs? Because at the point where I'm looking at buying this color laser printer for the buttons, I guess I need one that could do cardstock. There's a website that shows you how to glue things you print out to a cereal box. It's not exactly the same thing. Okay. You can find a milk cap maker. Oh, that's right, because they were originally made on milk caps. I'm probably just going to go through the custom pog printing guy. Hey, I'm glad that my show can bring your niece a little bit of joy, Brad Religion. Thank you for the kind words. Crown Paladin says, is this convention in October? Music City Multicon's in October, but I'm probably not going to get a table for that one. I was thinking I might get a table for Chattacon because it's so much cheaper. But Chattacon would be in January. Pomegranate, orange, grape, Nola. 3 types of juice that would have a particular type of cardboard cap that you could use to play a game where you hit the caps with a piece of metal. Yeah. Oops. Yergi says, my favorite thing are metal or enamel pins, but I imagine making them requires special equipment and making your own is a pain. I mean, if I could afford it, getting special, like, PAX enamel pins would be worth looking into. Because you can pay Penny Arcade to, like, make them official PAX enamel pins or whatever, but I don't think it's cheap. Bashful B, thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your project. Loopy says, it's a high upfront cost and the unit cost isn't great. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. Enamel pins are definitely... The thing is, like, there's kind of different classes of merch. There's stuff that you make money off of, and there's stuff that you make even though you're not going to make money off it, because it's something cool for the fans. Like, realistically, we are gonna be buying these cards. Like, when the hermits order a pack of these cards, we're ordering them from the same website y'all are. Like, there is no real markup on them. Like, we're basically buying them at cost when we buy them on the same website you do. Like, after the royalties for all the hermits, the paying the artists and paying the printer, there's not like extra money, right? That's just at the volume that we're expecting to print those cards. That's just where we're at. And so, like, you might say, well, Joe, why would you guys sell something that you can't put a markup on? We can't go to a game store and say, hey, why don't you sell these boxes? And they'd go, okay, what's the suggested retail price? We'd be like, well, you can buy them from us for $45 if you buy 2, and then you can sell them for whatever you want. But, you know, good luck for asking much more than $45. Like, right? So, you know, we're making them because we think they should exist, because we want to play the game and we want to play with y'all. But, like, there's not a great business case for it, you know? Whereas, like, with t-shirts, if I can print t-shirts at $10 and sell them at $20, then that's reasonable if I'm also, like, driving them to a convention and paying for lodging and getting the table and stuff, right? I do not... there is no public-facing data about TCG sales. Presumably, you know, Beef probably knows, but that's not the sort of thing, like... It doesn't seem very helpful for me to constantly be like, hey, Beef, how many games have we sold? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know how many games we've sold. But, like, the other thing is, too, like, we don't want to... We don't want to, what do you call it? Maybe cater to the speculator market by necessarily... I don't know if it's helpful if we say exactly how many cards we're going to be printing, because then speculators might try to take advantage of people somehow. I don't know. Is that data helpful for... I feel like on some level that data might be helpful for speculators. Oh, I have no idea how Makeship works. That's not something I've really dealt with. Geek of Many Topics says, my husband has a group of friends that all play different TCG games with each other every week, and as a group, we've ordered enough HermitCraft cards for everyone to build decent decks. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm like, that's what we want, is we want people to get out there and play it. And so, yeah, like, if we could afford to make enamel pins, I have no problem with making enamel pins, but... Brad Religion says, when I was in bands, t-shirts were always mostly a headache. Schlepping the boxes around, never having enough of some sizes and way too many of others. Yeah, we ran into that a lot with the stuff I did. People telling you they want anything but another black t-shirt, but then nobody buys anything that's not black. Yep, we ran into... We had a lot of t-shirt ideas that I thought were really funny, but that people were like, oh, that's hilarious, but I wouldn't wear that. Or, that's hilarious, my friend would love it. And it's like, oh, does your friend have a birthday coming up? No, and we're not that close. It's like, okay. Yurgi says t-shirts are cool, but at the same time, I'm pretty picky about what I wear, so I'll often admire something and not want to buy it. Oh, I am right there with you, Yurgi. There's all sorts of stuff where I'm like, oh, that's a pretty funny idea, but, you know, it's not for me. Space Demon says, personally, when it comes to YouTuber merch, I want more than just a logo on a shirt. I have bad news for you, Space Demon. The first shirt that I sell is probably going to be like a white @ logo on a teal shirt. And then probably the second will be like an orange one or a glow-in-the-dark one on a black shirt. It's like, here's the Halloween variant. Okay, is this high enough? Can I actually reach all the way to there? I can. Can I reach all the way to there, though? Just Some Donka says, that's like your Minecraft skin, though, so it's like a Sly cosplay shirt. Yeah, basically. I mean, you're not wrong. Casual Joe Hill's cosplay potential. Exactly. Casual Joe Hill's cosplay potential. Casual Joe Hill's cosplay potential. Casual Joe Hill's cosplay potential. Da, 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 da. The @ shirt is Disney bounding as Joe. A black... Oh, actually, I like the idea of a black suit with purple @ signs. Not purple @ signs. Orange @ signs. Mr. Lance suggested a t-shirt, which is black, but with small orange @ signs all over. But no, I think actually... This is where I get into trouble. Because I'm like, oh, obviously I should get some suits made. I'm sure we'll sell at least 10 suits. No, we won't. We won't sell 10 suits. But actually getting a getting a David Pumpkins suit with @ symbols instead of pumpkins would actually be kind of amazing. So the way to do that would actually be to print like okay, how many yards of fabric in a men's suit? Okay, so we'd order, let's say, 5 formal suits. Okay, so let's say we could probably order 10 yards of fabric like this. And then make 2 of them. 9 yards in a full men's suit, yeah. So the David Pumpkin suit doesn't have the vest, but I kind of want the vest. At the point where I'm making a custom suit made. Yeah, so we run the custom fabric, and then we bring it to an actual tailor, and we get a suit made. There's a really good tailor down in Chattanooga that my brother uses. That's where I got the pinstripe suit. It's actually where I also got my... I got the chroma green shirt, the button-down silk. That's the other thing. Is this, oh, it's not silk, it's polyester. But yeah, the chroma green button-down shirt is, from his shop. I don't think he, but anyway. Space Demon says we can't see it, Joe. Why, you don't need to see it. The full 9 yards comes from... interesting. The whole 9 yards, yeah. The Vixen 38, Tippin 15. Boom, that's going to get us evenly to our next face camera expansion milestone, the Tony Stark helmet cam. Here we go. Expand. Just. Do. There we are. Woo. Hello. Thank you so much to the Vixen 38. We're going to turn that opacity down now to 60 so the game is easy to see. Through my eyes. You're seeing HermitCraft truly through the eyes of a hermit. We are now 20 even away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. BKJ says, I invested $3,000 in masks a few years back. Turns out I'm not a salesman. I couldn't even sell them during a pandemic. Oh, that's rough. Yeah. I mean, to get a custom suit, I would just go to the particular tailor with the David Pumpkins suit and say, hey, I want something in this style with this from this bolt of cloth. For the interior, use whatever you think is best. Nocturama says, oh, my cat is fascinated with this. Oh, I definitely need a shave. I definitely need a shave. Boy, I just, we had a really good phone call today, a Zoom call with our new immigration attorney. We just signed the paperwork to officially retain her. I'm very excited, and I was going to shave before the call, but I ran out of time. Because I do a two-step shaving process, and so I got through step 1, but not through step 2. So for step 1, I go like all along here, and I like feel for any hairs, and I just get tweezers and pull them out. So, you know, anything here, anything that's not like in the core where the beard will go, I just pull, and then I shave this. So I ran out of time there, but I did wear like a button-down shirt for the Zoom call and stuff. Yurgi says, sounds sick. Oh, yeah, it's the best way to shave. 2 steps. But yeah, like if I came into the tailor and I had the right kind of fabric already printed, and I had the pumpkin suit, and I was like, hey, I'm an entertainer, and I need something like this pumpkin suit, but with this fabric with these symbols on it. Like, the guy would get it. It's not like, you know, like, the thing is, tailors who work in Tennessee work with entertainers all the time on custom stuff for shows. They're not going to be... Queen Darklady says that wasn't the first step I was expecting. I don't know what you were expecting. Yeah, spamming the word Minecraft repeatedly is going to be a ban. I don't have time to figure out what you meant. My glasses are very aerodynamic. You should see me on a hang glider. I've actually never been on a hang glider. Seems like it'd be fun, though. Oh, hey, also, Queen Darklady, while you're here, if you're free on Saturday, for my stream I'm doing on Saturday, I'm gonna need a staff member to pull an extra shift, and as our resident moderator, you have right of first refusal on that. The thing is, the company that makes the game wants to have the name of the game with an exclamation point at the beginning of it in the title of the stream, and they want when people type that for a link to show up to the game's like Steam page or whatever. And I don't want to do that myself. And since it's a paid gig, I'm happy to pay you to do it, or one of the other staff members, because I also need somebody to actually like moderate the chat too. since there's going to be like several hermits there, I'm going to be distracted in conversation and stuff. It's going to be harder for me to keep up than usual. But anyway, if you're not available, that's totally fine. But like I said, you just get right of first refusal. Or if you're not interested. If that's just like, Joe, I don't want to watch a sponsored stream. It's like, it's fine. I get it. If I could go on a hang glider, would I? It would depend on the situation. Mahi0 says, I love the idea of paying a person to do a bot's job. No, the thing is, I need I actually need the person there to watch the chat in general, but I am going to warn you that also doing a bot's job is part of it. So you don't show up and go like, wait, what? I could have been playing bocce ball right now. But yeah, no worries if not, Queen Dark Lady. And they said the command could be on a 5 to 10 minute cooldown. So it's not even like you would have to you have to respond to it immediately every time somebody does it. It's not like I'm not going to get paid if you don't do it like every time immediately. No, Isuma negotiated for the entire group. It's a big group multiplayer event thing. I mean, hang gliding seems a lot. I would definitely prefer to hang glide instead of parachuting out of a plane. I would rather hang glide off a cliff than parachute out of a plane. Because one of the things I've heard about parachuting out of a plane is they're like, oh, well, the adrenaline is so intense and the experience with the G-forces and everything, it's just so much that the first time you do it, your brain can't accept it and won't form memories. So you need to go with an instructor and have them film it for you so you can watch it back later. And I'm like, I can't afford to jump out of 2 planes. Now you're doubling the cost of doing this for the first time. So yeah, you have talked me out of hiring you for parachuting. Chloe the Great and Powerful. Just out of curiosity, Chloe says, I've narrowed it down to 3 games with one I'm leaning towards. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we can announce yet what it is, but I am curious. So no matter what you say, I'm going to say you might think that, but I couldn't possibly comment. But I am curious which 3 you suspect. Okay. Grabbing plenty of logs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 logs. Yay. Chloe the Great and Powerful. Well, I'm going to wait until you say all three. Because I don't want to respond to any one of them in particular, because that might be a tell, right? But that's a... Well, no, wait, that's a response if I respond. I should not respond to the thing I said I would not respond to. Like a professional! Can I at least say the genre of game? Multiplayer? Space Demon says is multiplayer a genre? I don't know. What? I mean, there's definitely a classification. There's a taxonomical difference between single player and multiplayer games, but I don't know if it's a genre or not. Lady of Orion says technically it... or no, GG Bucks says technically it is. Lady of Orion says, what day is it again? Saturday afternoon. Boorango writes, what is a genre but a miserable little pile of secrets? Good question, Boorango. Chloe the Great and Powerful says, now I'm rethinking. I mean, Technologic, you're welcome to guess. But like I said, I said I was going to wait until we got 3 guesses from Chloe the Great and Powerful before I commented in general. But Chloe has only provided 1. So if you want to provide 1, then we'll give Chloe the opportunity to only provide 1 more instead of 2 more. And then I'll comment on all 3. Chloe says, I give my guesses to others. Okay, so we'll give one of the guesses to Space Demon, who says they guess Don't Starve Together. Technologic guesses Team Minesweeper. And Razor Random says, maybe it's Bocce Ball, and the reference earlier was not by accident. You might think that, but I couldn't possibly comment. Globe Boxer says Decked Out. Oh, if Tango paid us to play Decked Out, that would be the best job ever. But no, Decked Out is not a sponsored stream. I'm not answering any more questions. You guys got your 3 guesses, and I told you what my response would be. What's the soccer game with cars? I'm blanking on the name. GT Buckets. That is Funfa. Like that, if you look at the text. Funfa is the racing game with the soccer, or the football game with the cars or whatever. Okay. This looks like a lot of birch, but it's not going to be enough. Still, it's enough to start getting back there and placing some things, so. Let's grab the saplings that fell. Hey, Polaris North Star. Birch placement's going well. We just came back for another round of birch here. How much birch would I guesstimate I used? Probably 40 to 50 feral stacks worth. Which is 40 to 50 times 64 feral logs. And away we go. Ouch. Okay. Okay, do we have enough? We have some inventory space here. Let's pick this up. Brad Religion says, it's probably a good thing that making a real pinball cabinet doesn't involve chopping down multiple forests. Yeah. Or the same forest multiple times. Either way, you're coming out ahead this method. Okay. Howdy, Quill. It's 9 in the afternoon. Do 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 do. La da 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 da. Da 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 da. 9 in the afternoon. So, from a practical standpoint, we probably want to... Oh, I was going to say, we want to start using some of these logs to free up inventory space. Thanks, the freaking ocean, for making my point. Stephanie also says, are you planning on keeping the birch landing for the final machine? Yes, in fact, we need to add, like... There's actually a bunch of cross beams. Like, these pinball machines are really heavily braced and reinforced. So, we need to do a whole bunch of cross beams in here. Most of them aren't going to be as tall as this one. One of them is. There's one, like, this is basically 1/3 of the machine, then it goes another third, and then there's, like, another one of these, and then there's some cross beams across the bottom there. Okay. Why is... One of these emails I got has, like, an emote or emoji or something in it, and it keeps making me think I've got... Like, if you put an emoji in your email title, it's going to mess with me. I keep thinking, I'm looking over, I'm like, is that a tip? No. Is that a tip? No. Anyway, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. There we go. We are currently 20 even away from the next phase camera expansion milestone. Is it Papers, Please U.S. Border Edition? I feel like I feel like that would be a very depressing game. And I mean, I've played Papers, Please. Unlimited creativity! Sips, 60 and says, "Hi, Joe. Hi, chat. It's my birthday. Cheers to getting older, but never wiser." What? Oh, no. I was going to sing the birthday song that goes, "Unlimited creativity. You're 1 year older. You're 1 year wiser. A rock and roll star, king czar, and a kaiser. A room full of friends. A mouth full of cake. Every present is for you, and it feels pretty great. You're the man of the hour. The VIP. You get the first slice of the PIE. So put a smile on and make a wish." But I can't sing that now because you told me this. So, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, Feliz cumpleaños a unlimited creativity, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, y muchas más. And also 3 face camera expansions. Here's T. Joe Eckelsberg with 50. And then, numero dos, expand Jost, do. Lowering that opacity now to 42%. Numero tres, even larger face. You know, I'm looking at that, and I'm not sure that that eyeball is in high definition. Well, it is in high definition, but it's not in glorious 4K. There we go. There's the glorious 4K eyeball. So let's see. We went from 60 to 50, 42. Now we need Brr to drop down to 32% opacity. That's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. It is getting very cold here in the studio. So thank you very much, Unlimited Creativity, for supporting the arts and my show in particular. I hope you are having a fantastic birthday. I mean, you know, if not, I hope it gets better. We're going to make it better now. Woo! Unlimited Creativity writes, "Thanks, Joe, and thanks, folks," in 2 different chats. Glad to see you wherever the party is at. Chara System says, "Joe, haven't checked HermitCraft in months. Pinball machine looks great." Thank you very much. Yeah. As you can see, I did some mining earlier. Badger Diggs writes, "I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work, and even going there is painful. I don't want to do that, no way. I don't want to work, so I'll complain on Joe's stream, da 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 da." Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum bum ba da 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 da. Da da na 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 na. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. If you witnessed that birthday fueled face camera expansion and you want to get in on the fun, just as a reminder, we are 20 away from our next expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so let's see, we can bring this in like this here. We might end up replacing that glass here with birch eventually, but we'll come back to that. And, oh, it actually looks like we're pretty full on material. So we're gonna drop off this material. It's immaterial. What Pearl does with it. Okay. Time to place all the blocks. Got lots of birch logs. I turned into birch planks for the placement. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Lots of placement. Do 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 do. So, what happened here? Somehow we missed this part. Okay. A lot of chatter on the HermitCraft right now. Okay. Apparently, Doc M, somebody was impersonating Doc M on Instagram, and then either changed their account into a different account or got hacked. But since it wasn't the real Doc M in the first place, there's nothing that Doc M can do about somebody that had a fake Doc M account getting hacked. And so he has gone back to bed. But yeah, apparently the impersonator had like 13,000 followers, which made it look plausible that it might actually be his, you know? That's dangerous. Yeah, he was tweeting about it. Yeah, so there's a lot of just chatter on the HermitCraft Discord from people being like, does anybody know how to reach Doc? It's like, no, we already found it. It's not him. Okay. Well, the thing is, once again, we don't know if the impersonator was hacked or if the impersonator just stopped pretending to be Doc M, right? There's a lot of ways this could go. Or could have gone. That was not very helpful. Yeah, I was trying to scroll over to get the bread. Gotta get that bread. Hey, we got a tip rolling in. From Lutechi for 2. Thank you very much, Lutechi, who says, my mother has access to my PayPal for college fund reasons, and every time I tip you, I tell her I'm tipping a drag queen because it's an easier explanation than explaining Minecraft YouTube. Thanks, Lutechi. I do what I can. Okay. That puts us 18 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Okay. When are we going to get a poem-based TCG arena? Honestly, I don't know if I've got time to make a TCG arena. A lot of the other hermits have already made theirs, so I've got a game scheduled for an upcoming episode. I'm actually going to get back into making episodes this week, don't worry. I've got an upcoming episode I'm going to film with Cub Fan, challenging him. He's a gym leader at the Pyramid Arena now. Okay. So how does that actually look from down here now that we've got that, like... Well, that's kind of weird. Oh, you can't even see it because my head's in the way. It's fine. Okay. Oh, boy. I am starting to fade. Let's, I'm gonna, let's see, because we streamed for 3.5 hours earlier today, and we just streamed for 1.5 hours now, so we're at the 5-hour streaming mark. Plus, I had my big, or our big call with our, new immigration attorney, so, like, my brain is kind of fried, but, like, I am so excited. Everything is moving forward in a positive way, finally, with the immigration stuff. Crown Paladin says, I just watched this video today about all he did to set up his badge challenge, and I am excited for this battle. Yep. So I'm going to be filming that this Wednesday. So wish me luck, folks. And... Okay. I think the best way to do this is actually to mine down. And then, yeah, we want to start mining from back here where we're still in range of the beacon, maybe? Oh, no, we're definitely not. Let's move this beacon here. Oh, maybe we shouldn't move that beacon until we, like, mined this out. Yeah, that's going to be its own whole thing, huh? I'm doing well, Mr. Bigzilla. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm not sure there's a good space for a TCG arena in here, because like it might be hard to believe, but most of the space is actually accounted for. You know, building a sewer arena under the shopping district. You remember where my if I was gonna build an arena, it would go down here in the sewer. There's the frogs. Frogfile, Michael Leapchilo, and Lipa Nardo. And there's actually like a whole area down there. Hopefully none of them escaped. If I was going to build a TCG arena, I'd probably put it down here. I mean, there's a lot of space, right? This is just what's under the shopping district. Oh, I didn't realize that this was still open right here. Yeah, you could actually just see it, like, from down there. Bigzilla says, how cool is it TCG is getting IRL cards? I am very excited. Base Symphony says that's way bigger of an area than I imagined. Yeah, yeah. Plus, there's still the entire Guppy Geyser area behind the donut there. Okay. I'm still not used to doing the big face camera eye with the new chair. Like... Sorry if I'm, like, moving around more than usual, but the chair moves. Wiggle, wiggle. Actually, I'm realizing I should dump some of this stuff into shulkers real quick. And we're out of shulkers. Okay, so we're gonna... No, let's see. Let's just mislabel it. Guppy Geyser, you were gone too soon. Do. Okay, let's see. I made fajitas tonight, so I made like more than we needed to. So I'm gonna have some yummy fajitas I can microwave for lunch tomorrow. But I did leave the kitchen a mess. So I'm mentally cataloging, like, what do I have to do before I can go to sleep tonight? And oh, this just feels lazy. Hold on. Dang it. fine. It's fine. I wonder if Pearl's done any work on the shop to expand it. Let's just throw these in here while we're at it, though. I filled in a lot of these, but not all of them. Okay. Did I recently have an IRL milestone? I don't know what an IRL milestone is. I'm $18 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. But I didn't, like, turn 50 years old or anything. I love how this looks with the long distance render. It's just so much better. No, my birthday's in July, but thank you for asking. How much does an actual physical milestone cost? You know, that's a great question. So, like, before we had mile markers on the sides of roads, we had literal milestones that would say, like, mile 57, like, carved into it with a chisel. And I don't know how much one of those would cost these days. Yeah, we're gonna go use this stuff over by the beacon. It's a shame I don't have enough diamonds to go buy another. How many diamonds do I have? Am I close to being able to buy more shulkers? One. What can we consolidate here? Well, that's full. Put that in there. A bunch of books, a bunch of cards, maps, iron. Yeah. Yeah, not great. I don't know if anybody had a birthday. Somebody suggested Tango's birthday might have been yesterday. Oh, that's cool. Good for Tango. But, yeah, not mine. Of course, I just put the rockets away without getting the rockets. Good planning. I meant to grab a stack of rockets out of there before putting that away. I could maybe empty this into here for now, since we already have that other box. Full of them. Probably want to grab that. Okay, so now we got that at least. We can put some blocks in. That one we could empty if we bothered to clean it up. That one we could empty, but I'm too lazy. Okay. Welcome, Tyson Goats. Glad you could join us. Have I earned anything at the Guppy Fountain, the Guppy Geyser, or the Axolotl? Probably not. Every time I go over to either of them, it's disappointing. I don't know if I have it in me to be disappointed like that tonight, Mima. Great question, but... I dug too low. I dug too greedily and deep? Come on! What are the odds of that? Grammar Nerd says, Tango recently found the axolotls you put in his anti-shop at the beginning of the season. Oh, I'm glad. You know what I'm also realizing is I don't have my food out. Okay. Come on. Fine. No real mess there. Which will be finished first, the pinball machine or Decked Out 2? Well, the first few levels of Decked Out 2 might be ready to run sooner than later. Like, the complete Decked Out 2 is going to take a while. But I think Decked Out 2 will be ready first. Because the thing is, with Decked Out 2, he wants people to have months to play it. Whereas my thing, I can have the Elytra course be one of the wrap-up things for, like, closing out the season, right? Because people don't need to spend months playing an Elytra course the way they would have Decked Out. Okay. Yeah, Tango's already started testing level 1 with ZF's help. I'm very excited to see how that goes. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hey, hey, hey. Placing blocks. Looks like the sun's starting to get real low here. Howdy, Lady Shashar. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Nathan for 8. Thank you very much, Nathan. Boom, that's going to get us 10 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Let's go ahead and actually do last call for tips. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. But I've got some cleanup I got to do around the apartment before I can go to bed, and it's been a busy weekend. It's going to be a busy week. I need to try and actually get my rest. I am not the best at actually going to bed, because when I try and go to bed, I'm usually like, there's like 80 things I forgot to do. So, like, if I end the stream earlier, at least, like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's like 80 things I forgot to do, but it's not already midnight. It's not a perfect system, but it's the system we have, kind of thing. Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah. Because of my digestive problems, after dinner, I'm kind of, like, not really great at moving around for a few hours. So, it's just, like, I don't really clean up from dinner until after the streams, and then I realize, like, oh, I forgot to put this laundry away, too, and I gotta do this. Woo. And we're out of range of the beacon now. Okay. But yeah, we got 5 hours of streaming in today. Got a lot of good stuff figured out this morning. Had fun hanging out with Cub, Jev, and Asuma working on the tunnel this afternoon. Made progress on my immigration case. Had a call with the immigration attorney. On the whole, this day was definitely a productive one. I'm not going to sleep thinking like, oh, geez, I got nothing done today. But I'm also not going to sleep until the kitchen's clean because we don't need pests. This is Tennessee, and you'll get bugs and stuff if you're not careful. So, okay. Okay, there's a lot less water coming out of this thing than I was expecting. Michael Besky Summer says, how far away are we from Beetlejuice? Let's see, we're at 32 now, so we go to 24, then 20, then 16, then 9, then 6, then 3, then 0. So that's 6 times 20 plus 10? So we're like 130 away. But I've already done the last call for tips, so I don't think we're likely to hit that this evening. Six times 20 plus 10. That's 130. Wow, this is how tired I am. I'm like, my brain cannot do basic arithmetic. Don't ask me to add, subtract, divide. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave food out. I didn't leave food out. Like, the food I put away, but I also need to, like, you know, clean up all the pots and pans and stuff, you know. I need to clean up the remnants of the food. Wipe down the oven, stovetop, that sort of thing. Okay. Mining away, knocking out some blocks and rocks will bring to pearlescent a moon. Loading queue says, why the eye? Oh, that's my face camera. A lot of streamers these days are using web cameras because people find that they can engage with the streamer more actively if they like can see their facial reactions to stuff. Like, it's like, just when I first started streaming, we didn't use cameras at all. It was just video capture. But nowadays, a lot of people are using these cameras. It's kind of the new. Do kids still say it's in vogue? Because Vogue magazine used to be a big deal, but I don't know if it is anymore. Flannelpunk says kids absolutely say in Vogue. Awesome. Thank you, Flannelpunk. I didn't talk about people in general. I was saying the kids loading. You got to pay attention. There's a lot of context clues. Okay. Great. So let's run this to the shopping district and put it in Pearl's box, and then we're done. Okay, so running behind the garbage bin. Okay, so that one's got. I feel like it's funnier if these are kind of spread out. Oh, that's weird. We need some gaps in all the different places. Yeah. That doesn't spell anything, does it? It looks like it might, but it doesn't. Okay, cool. So, I think we've left Pearlescent Moon about 10... No, we've left Pearlescent Moon about 9 double chests worth of shulkers. I don't know what that is, but it's a lot. So, that'll take her some time to sort out. Enjoy, Trash Lady. Oh, that was a lucky landing. Okay. So let's see who we can raid tonight. Everybody likes to raid somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Somebody to raid. Hey, Calligrapher is playing Minecraft, and I did promise Calligrapher a word. So let's go ahead and slash raid Calligrapher, who helped me out with the what do you call it? YouTube Sexy Man contest. And I think Quinn is going live shortly as well. So if Calligrapher is wrapping up soon, you can head over to Quinn's after that for another little while. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do. Stop streaming.